showed you guys everything. I showed you guys my upsell. We scaled this one store, one product to $34,000. Hey guys, what's up? This is episode 17. We're getting near to the end, and I want to thank everyone that's been following the journey throughout, sticking with me till this long and till this episode. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the last 2-3 weeks of these daily episodes, and hopefully you guys have been finding value from it. We're coming to a close. We're coming to near the end of this series. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. But yeah, before I get into this episode, let's announce last video's winners for $1,000 worth of courses or consulting courses with me. The winner's here. If you guys want to qualify, all you have to do is drop a comment below, follow me on Instagram, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like the video, and I'll be picking the best comment every single video. But yeah, let's get into the video. So a day has passed since yesterday's episode. It's now the 11th of September, 8 a.m. So I'm picking all the ad sets that are basically way above break-even point. As you can see, a lot of the ad sets I left running yesterday, where it was at like $41, $42 with 0 purchases or 1 purchases, continue to stay at 1 purchase or continue to stay at 0 purchases, and I'm now going to go ahead and kill them. But what you don't see is that some of these ad sets actually got a second purchase and became profitable and came back. And then this ad set with the 3 purchases, that I don't remember if it had 0, 1 or 2, but giving these ad sets time, it was able to come back. And these ad sets, I played it much more sort of ballsy for the worldwide initiate checkout lookalike audiences. I launched it at $30 ad sets. So I played it a bit too ballsy looking back at it, but now I'm going to go ahead and kill everything that's unprofitable. So a lot of killing. Selecting everything that's spent over $50 and only has 1 or 0 purchases. I'm also checking out the ROAS. Yeah, so I'm killing and I'm trimming a lot. Turn off. Also, as you can see, the number of purchases is going to decrease because I'm currently only showing the active ad set. So we actually got way more purchases that are currently hidden. Now I'm sorting by the cost per initiate checkout. So I'm looking for the ad sets with expensive initiate checkouts to see if I could kill anything. I'm also going to sort by ROAS to see if there's anything I could scale. As you can see, there's this ad set that is 4x ROAS, has 3 purchases. It's been sort of consistently getting a sale every single day. It only didn't get a sale on the 8th. Today is a Wednesday, so today is a good day for scaling. You want to increase the budget so it optimizes for the weekend. So I like to scale on Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, so when the weekend hits, everything's just gonna go uphill. Surprisingly, this ad set was stuck at $20 a day and he has 8 freaking purchases. Since it was a 95% worldwide lookalike audience, I'm pretty sure I started it at 20. So for some reason I didn't notice how good of an ad set that was, so I just increased it now to $40. But as you can see, I'm very reserved with when I increase my budgets. A lot of people just keep on increasing, no matter if it's unprofitable. When they increase it, they just keep increasing again and again. I like to increase, give it 2 to 3 days, let it settle. If it still does well, increase again. Give it 2 to 3 days to settle before I increase it again. But I like to always look at these sort of stats on how consistently it's been doing recently. So we've got 2 purchases, so consistently every day is getting 1 or 2 sales. So this is a pretty consistent ad set. But bringing it up to 80 is a big move. So I'm just going to leave it as is for now. And now I'm looking at all the weaker campaigns at the bottom of the column with like either 0 or low ROAS. But as of right now, we have like 25 strong ad sets. And it took, me trimming it down from like 70, 100 ad sets just to find these strong 26. So that's what people mean by testing. You want to just keep testing every single lookalike audience possible and launching more. The more ad sets you launch will correlate to the amount of money you make. So there's one of the view contents, only 3 purchases, 1.5 ROAS. For some reason I kill it. I think looking back I should have kept that running. There was no reason for me to kill it. This one that I'm hovering over now makes sense to kill because it's sort of break even. The ROAS is decent, even though it's still profiting. I want to just have healthy ad sets in my campaign. That's sort of what I'm doing right now, filtering everything out, leaving only healthy campaigns. But yeah, I'm just sort of reading the data, checking everything out, looking at the cost per purchase, checking the ROAS, checking the cost per landing page, cost per initiate checkout. I'm just looking at everything. And like, this is sort of what scaling is like. You're sort of just delving into your ads campaigns and you're just sort of looking at everything. Yeah, and that's that. And now we're going to go into the night. So it's still September 11th. It's 8:40 p.m. and now we're going to do some scaling. So I'm going to show you guys how I go ahead and create more ad sets. So what I'm looking at is I have a list of all the campaigns and places I've tested already, because it's getting pretty overcrowded all over the place, and I need a way to sort of track what interests I've tested, what countries I've tested, and what custom audiences I've tested. So as you can see, I have all the interests I've tested on one column. I have all the 95% lookalike audiences I've tested, all the page view lookalike audiences I tested, and this allows me to really know with what I'm working with. So now initiate checkout, I've tested worldwide, and that's about it. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to sort by filter. So I'm going to search 001 and see the ROAS on all my interests targeting ad sets and see how well they perform. So I add in a filter, ad set name 001, and as you can see, all our 10 interest ad sets have a ROAS of 1.8. I'm going to go ahead and check the ROAS on the 95% lookalike audiences. And that's why I love my naming convention and the way I organize things. And damn, the 95% lookalike audiences are only giving us a 1.37 ROAS. Pretty cool tactic, right? Like, this is something I came up with. I don't see anyone doing. So hopefully I shouldn't be sharing this on YouTube, but hopefully this helps someone. And if you become successful, let me know. I want to hear your success story. Bam, add to cart. Page view lookalike audiences doing pretty well, 1.5 ROAS. Now let's check how well the initiate checkout lookalike audiences. Now, if I remember correctly, we created the initiate checkout lookalike audiences when it was below 1,000 initiate checkouts. So as a result, the data was very, very weak, and it wasn't enough data to create a solid lookalike audience, and that's why we got 0.85 ROAS. But as you can see, the interests are doing very, very well. So based on this data, I should create more interests lookalike audiences, and I should create more page view lookalike audiences. So I'm going to start with interests. I'm going to look at all the top ROAS interests, and then I'm going to, based on those, I'm going to create new interests, single interests around the best interests. So watch did very, very well. Now I'm going to look for every other interest that's similar to watch. And I'm going to do the same thing with LeBron James and smartwatch. So now I'm going to duplicate each 3 times. So I'm going to launch 9 more interests. Start the budget at $20. So initially I started interest at $10. I think I'm going a bit harder now since I know the product works. So I'm putting it at $20 starting. And what I'm doing is also I'm checking out the placements to see where it's doing the best. As you can see, some ad sets Facebook does really well, some ad sets Instagram does really well. For example, this one, for watch, Instagram is just doing insanely better. Like, Instagram is outperforming Facebook. So I select all the new ad sets I'm going to do, and as a result, I pick Instagram newsfeed only. Now I'm going to each of the winning interests that have high ROAS that I duplicated and looking for the nearest suggested interest. So this is how you create offstrings that are similar to the winning interest. So this is how you horizontally scale. And then probably fast forward this because it's pretty boring, but I basically, for example, LeBron James, I'm going to duplicate that 3 times, and I'm going to pick like other players like Steph Curry, pick other players like, I can't remember, but I'll find the exact one. But For the smartwatch, I try Rolex, try smart device. For LeBron James, I put in Michael Jordan, I tried James Harden, and I tried basketball. So I mix it up and put in just something broad like basketball. But yeah, if you guys want the unfast forwarded version of that, description below, basically for free. If you really want to learn step by step and see everything raw, description below for all the raw recordings on this whole series. It's basically for free. Like, I'm selling it for super cheap. But yeah, that's how you go ahead and horizontally scale. So I launched those 9 extra interests, and then I realized that each one of the interests still had 3 ad sets underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the 2 that isn't as strong as that first black and white ad that we made at the very beginning of this sort of program. So I'm going to select all the watches, all the new 9 interests, go to the ads, sort it by name, and turn off everything that is not the black and white version, because that's sort of why we created these variations, to learn which was the best. And I'll go ahead and delete them. Now I go ahead and I see that now I want to make page view lookalike audiences. That means I want to look for other strong countries to create more page view lookalike audience ad sets. So now I'm going to go back to reports on my store and see how everything's going. But as you can see, we're at $6,538.22. Today we hit $1,000. Technically, we hit $1,000 on the 8th of September. So scaling is going very, very well. Like, look at this. Like, this is insane. You guys watched the whole process. You guys were part of this journey. You were able to watch over my shoulder and see all this happen live, every single step of the way. Like, I couldn't have predicted it. Like, I had to do it and make it work for you guys. Like, this is going to be a game changer when it comes to the YouTube space, when it comes to e-commerce, because no one's releasing anything as real as this. But check out the data. We're at 1.2 thousand just today, and it's 8 p.m. so the day's going to end. But like, up, down, it's just going to keep going up. And I'm going to analytics, go to reports, do the same thing, sort by sessions converted. You've seen me do this many, many times. And then I sort of have like a change of mind. I'm like, why should I do this? I should just go to my Facebook manager, look at where my 169 purchases are from. Like, that's much stronger and more accurate data. So I first started by sorting it by ROAS, and as you can see, I'm getting like random sales from Mongolia, Macedonia, Montenegro, St. Kitts and Nevis, French Yuan, Guyana. I can't pronounce those correctly. I'm very sorry if I pronounced that wrong and you're from that country. But yeah, I'm getting sales like all over the world. Germany is doing very well. This data is way stronger than the data on Shopify because I get the cost per purchase. Like, I was wrongly launching lookalike audiences to India and US, because if you look at this data, the US country is not doing that strong. Like, I'm getting pretty mediocre ROAS on US. So what I go ahead and do, since Mongolia got that 2 sales, I'm going to go ahead and do Mongolia lookalike audience. Czech Republic, and I'm going to do now Macedonia as well. Looking back, what you should do, since the audience size is just so small, what I should have done is I should have combined all these countries into one ad set. But I really wanted to differentiate it. But I basically now I do a bunch of lookalike audiences to all these top sort of performing countries that got me a purchase for very, very cheap. But now looking back, what I'd recommend is only do this after you get 3 purchases from that country. There's no point doing lookalike audiences unless you get 3 proven profitable purchases from that country. Or else you're sort of shooting in the dark, because what if that one purchase is just a lucky purchase? So I'm going to fast forward now. If you guys want the raw recording that's unfast forwarded, description below, check it out, basically for free. I'm launching lookalike audiences for all these sort of countries that are getting purchases for very cheap. And now I basically have countries all the way to Egypt. And I go ahead and duplicate and create 12 ad sets. And with the 12 ad sets, I just put in the lookalike audiences I just created. So I put in EG. I forgot what country is EG. Egypt, put in FI. So Finland, Portugal. Then I'm going to do Estonia. This is all going to be fast forwarded. but I'll put it at a speed where you guys can follow. Yeah, that's a time lapse of me launching all those ad sets. If you guys want the unfast forwarded version, in the description below, basically for free, check out the raw footage. I highly recommend you guys to download it because you get all this footage so you can follow me step by step and fill in the gaps where I sort of fast forwarded and you wanted to see step by step how I went ahead and did it. But yeah, this is one, like this strategy, like no one uses Facebook data to create lookalike audiences for. People are only doing lookalike audiences for US, Canada, Australia, UK. But as you can see from the campaigns and the results you've been seeing over the past 2 weeks, well, in this case, we've only been running the ads since the 2nd, so it's only been 9 days. My strategy works. Like this is real, this is proof. Like this is the stuff what the top dogs do and the keeping it a secret. So I'm really happy to share this to you guys and give it away. And you know, I'm doing this to really give back to the community. Like the dropshipping content that got me started was what led me to success. And now using the success I have, I want to be able to give back to the community and help those who are just like me 2.5 years ago who would have wished for content just like this. So thank you for following this channel. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and I really appreciate you following this series. 17 episodes in, I have nothing but gratitude and thankfulness for you making it this far, and thank you so much for following this series. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow with the next episode. Peace. And I'm gonna also turn off all the ads, all the old ads that were from the initial testing phase that we no longer need, because we've proved that the black and white one performed the best. So I'm going to go ahead and delete those.